You guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Norah. If you are new and if you are not, thank you so much for coming back. All right, y'all. Final video of the year. I'm pretty sure this will be the final video. Your girl is about to be in full-blown mommy mode, so I wanted to make sure to get this out before I don't know how long of a break, maybe, you know, a couple weeks or so, but we definitely will take a little bit of a break as I adjust. But super excited about today's video. We are going to be jumping into how to get the ultimate glow up rebrand, the best bang for your buck out of your wardrobe heading into 2026. Now, I wanted to focus a little bit more on fashion style. As y'all know, that's kind of the main focus point of my channel and what I really love talking about. Of course, there are a ton of videos I feel like online already that are really good talking about 2026, like rebrand from like maybe personal, you know, growth and all that good stuff. But I felt like, baby, y'all already got enough information there. Let's talk the clothes, okay? Let's talk the clothes, let's talk the closet, let's talk personal style rebranding, because you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a little new year, new me. Maybe not necessarily meaning you are gonna completely like throw away your entire wardrobe. That's not what we're saying either. Y'all know I am a very huge advocate of wear the things we buy. But I thought it'd be kind of nice to kick things off heading into 2026 just with some tips and, you know, words of encouragement, if you will, from me and kind of how I like to prepare my closet going into the new year. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Let's jump right in. We are also filming on a new camera, which I'm so excited about. My fiance got me the DJI Osmo for Christmas. It's so funny. I think people always call it the DJI. It's a J. The DJI, the Digi, whatever. So we're testing it out. I'm kind of into it, and I feel like it's giving us a little bit of a wider lens, but we'll see. Let me know down below what you think of the quality. I'm still waiting on my mic to actually come in as well, so we're gonna see how that's gonna work. But nevertheless, jumping in, y'all already know I got my handy dandy cell phone right here, so I'm gonna hopefully try to make this a quicker video. Now, not super short that you're not gonna get, you know, some actual like good quality information from this, but y'all know I try not to make these super long. So I have some notes here on, again, kind of the tips and tricks and things that I like to follow to get the best out of my wardrobe. And going into 2026, we want to make sure we are wearing the things in our closet, we are buying things that we love, and we are being very intentional with how we are consuming things out there in the fashion world and on the market, because let's be honest, right? There's a lot out there. There is a lot of new items always coming out, whether it's fast fashion brands, high street, luxury, new trends that are always coming out. It's a lot, and I understand it can be overwhelming for a lot of people. You know, you go to your closet and you're trying to get dressed. You feel like you don't have anything. You feel like you're constantly buying items, and I wanted to put this video together, like I said, to make sure that you have the best closet going into 2026 to start you off feeling really good. So first tip that should come as no surprise, honestly. And if you're not doing this already, you need to incorporate this. Clean out your closet. All right, clean out your closet and declutter your closet. Now, if you've been following me for a little bit, you probably know I do this pretty often. I would say I used to do this on a quarterly basis, but as I've gotten older and gotten a lot more intentional with how I shop, I don't have to do it quarterly, honestly, just because a lot of the items I'm buying now, better quality. There are items that I really love. I've been investing in more, again, high quality pieces. I don't even want to say just only like luxury in that sense, but I have been investing and being a lot more intentional with the items that I put into my wardrobe. So I'm not having to clean it out as often, which is great. But if you are someone who unfortunately loves to consume, I would definitely say you cannot go into 2026 or even try to have a wardrobe rebrand without decluttering and cleaning out your closet. So go through your closet and be like for real with this, okay? I have a lot of my friends and family members that I love, y'all know who you are, who will like declutter and go through their closet, but y'all don't want to let go of anything. Let's be intentional and let's actually like be for real about cleaning out our closet. So a couple things I like to say here. Let's pay attention to the fit of items. Keep it a buck with yourself. I know we're going into a new year. We're all gonna have some of our fitness goals and things that we want to achieve. But if you have a pair of pants, baby girl, that you have been holding on to for a couple of years because you're just so sure about getting back into them and losing those last 5-10 pounds, but you just haven't reached for them, let's get rid of them. If it is just something that you don't feel great in, okay? Like it just doesn't fit you well, or whether it's too tight, it's too big, it's just the fit overall. If it doesn't make you feel great in that item, in that piece, get rid of it. If it is something that you know every time you wear it, you're constantly tugging at it, you don't feel comfortable, you're very conscious of what you're wearing and what it looks like, get rid of it. So fit is something I always say to really pay attention to. Items that need repairing. This is another one that I find very interesting because a lot of people will kind of just have that pile of, oh, I messed up a belt loop, or this got a little bit messed up here, this zipper. Or if you have been sitting on this item for more than 6 months, get rid of it. You're not gonna repair it. You're just not really into that item that much, because if you were, you would have invested the time and the money in repairing it. Now, of course, if there are things that you literally just bought and you're just waiting to bring it to the tailors to get altered and all that good stuff, yes, that's fine. But if something genuinely is damaged, get rid of the item, okay? Let's just get rid of it. If it can be something that's salvaged, donate. But of course, if it's something that like even you wouldn't fix it, let's just get rid of it. Let's make sure the items are still bringing you joy. And I know sometimes this can sound a little cliche, a little woo-woo, like bring me joy. But again, kind of back to what we were talking about with fit. If you don't feel good in the item, if it's something that makes you feel so self-conscious every single time you wear it, get rid of it, okay? We wanna feel good in the clothes. We do not want to be keeping things just for the sake of keeping them, and we know every time we wear it, it feels like a chore to wear said item. So if it's not bringing you joy, get it out the closet. And then lastly, what I would say around kind of the closet clean out, and this is something I'll probably repeat a couple times in this video when I say it all the time, is this an item or a piece in your wardrobe that you can style at least 3 ways? A lot of us have a tendency to shop for specific events, for a specific, occasion in our life, and we bought it for that one event, it served its purpose, and now it is just collecting dust in our closet. If you are cleaning out and you're coming across things that, yes, maybe you've only worn once and you still cannot style this, 3 or more ways, get rid of it. There's a reason why you haven't worn it since that last occasion, and you probably will not wear it again. So if you can only style it 1 way, even if you can only style it 2 ways, baby, it's not enough. 3 or more ways you need to be able to style this item, and if you cannot, get rid of it, get it out of your closet. All right, so then my next 2 tips, I kind of actually like to bulk together because I do think they go hand in hand. I am really big on picking themes or picking keywords to kind of describe my mood and how I want to feel for the year. This is something that I do even outside of my wardrobe when I am just prepping and planning for the new year. This is something I like to do, right? So when I am looking at my wardrobe and thinking about 2026, how does Norah want to feel in her clothes? What do I want my wardrobe to evoke from like an emotional standpoint and how I want to feel? So for me, I'll kind of give you some insight. Of course, as I mentioned already, and I've talked about this a ton, I am getting ready to have my first child. I'm going to be a mom, but I still want to be that girl. I still am going to be that girl and still want to enjoy fashion, personal style, and being able to showcase me, Norah, still through my wardrobe. Now, granted, it's probably gonna look different, right? Just because my lifestyle is gonna be different, I'm gonna have to be able to do different things. So when I think about 2026, I am still thinking about elevated chic, comfort, flexibility. Those are kind of what I have been thinking about a lot when I'm thinking about my wardrobe. So not like set in stone, but I'm just kind of taking you through this process because I'm going through it in real time right now. Think of some themes and things that will highlight kind of how you want to feel this year. Corporate chic, athleisure, edgy, tailored, casual, preppy, feminine, androgynous, whatever it might be. Just think of different words and themes that will play into how you want your wardrobe to feel for you. Once you've got I'd say 3 or 4 words that you can kind of go off of, I think that's kind of a good place to be. It's not too overwhelming. Then you're gonna wanna put together some mood boards. I love Pinterest. I love a good bored and just having a good old time scrolling and pinning. You could do something a little bit more old school, if you will, if you wanted to create like actual mood boards, similar to a vision board, but mood boards where you're cutting out pictures from magazines or printing them out, whatever it might be. Canva, whatever type of tool you want to use, let's put together mood boards. So maybe I'll pop up here on screen just like a couple mood boards that I've started to put together on Pinterest. And I just honestly scroll and we'll look at different photos for inspiration. And again, that's exactly what they are, is simply inspiration. We're not saying you have to purchase every single item that you see on these boards, on Pinterest, in the magazines, but it's gonna provide you a little bit of guidance on your wardrobe so that you know the items that you want to see in your closet. So pick a couple words as your themes of how you want to feel for the year, how you want your wardrobe to feel, the emotions you want it to evoke, and then we're going to put together a couple different mood boards. You could do a couple different ones, you could do one, honestly, whatever works best for you. Don't want this to be overwhelming. So if you just want one mood board for the whole year, if you want to break it down by seasons, do whatever works best for you, but use those mood boards to kind of help you get a guide of the items that you know you'll potentially be buying or reaching for throughout the year. We do all of this so that as we are getting our inspiration and we go back to our closet is clean. We have only items in here that we actually love, that fit, that we actually enjoy wearing. Now, my next tip and the next thing to focus on is identifying the gaps in your wardrobe, okay? Now let's identify the gaps. And this is the fun part because of course you're just like, okay, well, Nora, I got rid of all my clothes pretty much at this point. What am I actually wearing? I still don't have anything in the closet that I'm wearing. Again, now you've got a great foundation of items in here that you actually love, but of course you've probably eliminated a lot of things that you were holding on to. So you're gonna wanna make sure that now you can identify the gaps in your wardrobe. What do you mean by gaps? Exactly what it means, honestly. What are the areas in your closet that you are missing go-to items, right? Think back to yourself. I like to say a lot of times, you know, if there was an item that you were trying to put together an outfit and the last 3 or 4 times you thought of it, you did not have it. And I know for some reason I have a tendency to use 3. I don't know why, it's always the number I kind of go to, but if it's been an item that I have thought of 3 or more times that I don't have in my closet, I am adding it as a gap or an area in my closet that clearly I need to fill. So, for example, you're getting ready and oftentimes you find that you wanted to wear a black mini skirt the last like couple months and 3 times you've reached for an outfit or tried to put together an outfit and you didn't have it. That is a gap in your closet. So you can write down on just kind of like a running list. Y'all know I love a list. I love my handy dandy cell phone. Write a list of items or things that you know have popped up that you are missing in your closet. Now again, let's be intentional here. We don't want to just focus on, you know, the 1980s theme birthday party that you got invited to and you needed a sequin top. Probably not going to add it to the list because there's probably only one time that you needed that specific item. Now, of course, if your wardrobe is a little bit different and you've needed that specific, you know, sequin top 5 times in the last month, then yes, maybe you should add that to your list and it's a gap for your wardrobe. But you understand kind of what I'm saying here. You know, if it's an item again that you have wanted to style 3 or more times in a pretty like recent time span, add that to your list as a part of a gap. All right, Nora, so I understand what a gap is, but what would these look like in my wardrobe? Excellent question. So some popular gaps that people often, you know, will have in their closet. Everyday basics. So black t-shirt, a white t-shirt, a perfect tank top, long sleeve, V-neck, crew neck, of course, whatever makes sense in your wardrobe. Everyday basics, right? Things that you're always going to reach for that are going to be perfect for the base of your outfit. Staple outerwear. Of course, you know, being in New England, y'all know I talk about outerwear all the time, right? So good quality, maybe trench coat, maybe a wool coat, pea coat, a good denim jacket, a leather jacket, everyday staples that will complement a look and complete a look. Shoes for every occasion, right? Now, we're not saying you need to have an exorbitant amount of shoes. If you love that, of course, that's your journey, but a shoe for every occasion that will allow you to get dressed very easily, right? A good flat, a good sneaker, maybe a white sneaker, a leather sneaker, a loafer, a flat boot, a heeled boot, a sandal, right? Just to give you some examples. So these are some popular gaps that you will find in your wardrobe. So as we said, we've already decluttered, we've got rid of all the noise in our wardrobe, we've created our mood boards, we have our themes for the year. As you're now going through your closet, understand what are the gaps. And as you're making those lists now, you can make a list that is going to be a lot more intentional, right? And that's kind of the goal. And I would say that will be my final tip and final little nugget of advice here. Build a wish list of items that you want to add to your wardrobe so that you can really avoid impulse shopping. And that is something that I think, honestly, of all these tips, having a wish list or just having a visual understanding of what you actually need in your closet is going to really give you the direction you need to build a wardrobe that you love, a wardrobe that will work for you, okay? We don't want our closets to work against us. And I think that's what happens to a lot of people where, again, you're shopping just for a specific occasion. You're rushing out to go buy something because you need it and you end up buying something that you don't love. It doesn't fit that well. It doesn't fit into your wardrobe. The quality isn't that great. Or maybe you overspend. Again, impulse shopping and buying just to kind of fill a void or a situation or, back against the wall crammed in a moment. And then again, you end up having now a closet at the end of the year that you don't love and a whole bunch of items that you don't know what to do with. So building that wish list so that you can avoid that impulse shopping is going to be huge. I have a wish list and I have different wish lists. I have a wish list that really focuses on, again, my gaps. So these are the foundational items and pieces in my closet that I know I need to build any outfit, no matter where I'm going, what I'm doing. I also have a wish list for my luxury items, right? I love luxury items and I like to be really, really, of course, intentional with them because they cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of coin. So I have a luxury wish list. But just creating a wish list or just a list that will allow you to really avoid impulse shopping, which is why, again, we talked about the gaps. If you can identify the gaps in your closet, add that onto a list so that the next time you are actually shopping, you can go back to that list and make sure the items that you're buying are intentional and things that you are actually going to use and love and always reach for. So quickly to recap, all right, we are glowing up our closet for 2026. We are rebranding our closet and rebranding our wardrobe. So first off, you are going to clean that closet out, baby. Clean the closet out, clean the drawers out, get rid of items that have no more use in your wardrobe. Then we're gonna pick a couple themes, maybe three, words, 3 or 4 buzzwords that's gonna be like highlights of how do I want to feel with my wardrobe? How do I want my clothes to make me feel this year? And once you've identified those themes, we're gonna create some mood boards. So tap into Pinterest, grab your magazines, go on Canva, Google, whatever it is, and build those mood boards that are just gonna provide some good inspiration and guidance, again, of how we want to look and feel for 2026. This is just inspiration. You do not need to copy and paste. You do not need to buy the exact same items that you are seeing online, but using these mood boards to just give us some inspiration for the year. After we've done that, we are going to identify gaps in our wardrobe. So we're gonna look at things like everyday basics, staple outerwear, everyday shoes or shoes for every occasion, and really go through our wardrobe and be honest with ourselves of what am I missing and what am I lacking? Have I needed this item at least 3 times in a recent, period, the last month, 2 months, 3 months or so? And if I have needed that item and I didn't have it, let's add it to our wish list, or just add it to a list of items that we are going to pay attention to and really look out for so that we can avoid that impulse shopping. And that is our final tip. Build a wish list to avoid that impulsive shopping. Build a wish list, compile a list, whether it is just wish list items or if it is going to be the list of items that are in those gap areas. Have a list. Lists are going to be your best friend to make sure that you are getting the most out of your wardrobe in 2026. Well, all right, y'all. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really love these and hopefully they help. I know I've had people reach out on other social media platforms, so I try to share these tips as much as possible. But hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Let me know, are these things that you already do to kind of manage your closet? Are there any of them that you're really going to try? Are there any other tips and tricks that you do to get the best bang for buck, the most out of your wardrobe and out of your closet? Happy decluttering. Happy New Year. So excited to be going into 2026 with you all. Excited for the new content to come. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the new year. Bye, y'all.